Everyone, it's Taylor here, and today I'm going to share with you an exciting addition to our Designer Dangles collection, which includes many different laser-cut walnut wood pieces to coordinate with several new Designer Dangles dies. We have 4 new Designer Dangles dies. These are mixed media dies, which means they are black in color and they have a deeper cut line to cut through some of those thicker materials like our craft leathers and designer glitter felts as well. In addition, we're releasing 8 different laser-cut walnut wood shapes to coordinate perfectly with the 4 different die sets in the collection. We have Designer Dangles Wraparound, Double Drop, On Point, and the last one is called In the Round. So those are the 4 new Designer Dangles. And I want to share with you the new craft leathers that we're introducing with this collection as well. This is our Good as Gold set that includes a pretty black and green cork with gold flecks and a solid gold and black. And then we have our own custom printed leathers. You won't find these craft leathers anywhere else. These are exclusive to Tailored Expressions, and we have trendy twigs, farmhouse florals, and blue blossoms. So those are available in packs of 3 sheets of each pattern. Then we have those fun laser cut wood pieces. I'm going to show you how to use a few of them in the video, but I want to make sure that I share with you all of the different options that are available. So this is the On Point wood shapes, and we have solid or outline. So we have the frame or the solid. And that goes with the Designer Dangles On Point. So you can combine those if you wish with the craft leathers cut from either our new or previously released collections. Next, we have the small triangle pieces that coordinate with the Double Drop Designer Dangles die. And I don't want to forget to mention that the front side of these is the walnut wood, and the back side still has a clear paper on it. You can see the distressed look, and you can just take your die pick or your fingernail and peel off that paper backing. Now, some of our designers have left it on because it does provide kind of a unique distressed look. However, it is designed to peel off before you create your earrings. So just know that the back side of the earrings is meant to be peeled off that clear paper when it's laser cut. It just needs to be picked off with a die pick. Next, we have the circle shapes that coordinate with the In the Round Designer Dangles die. You can see the die includes the small pieces that you can cut out of craft leather and place back onto the woodcut shape. Next, we have the wraparound rings that are designed to work with the Designer Dangles wraparound die, creating a cool wrap for those rings that hang from the earring wire. And last, we have 3 different standalone shapes. So we have a standalone leaf that you can either use on its own or pair with craft leather. Then we have a solid circle. Again, it can be paired with something else or used on its own. And then we have the half circle that has a hole in the top and the bottom, so you could hang another piece like the circle from the bottom edge with a jump ring. So some fun solid shapes to use as well. I'm going to walk you through how to create a couple different pairs of earrings, and we're going to start with the Designer Dangles wraparound die and the trendy twigs craft leather. I do recommend using a metal shim. It really depends on the tension of your machine, so you can try it without first, but I'll be using a metal shim with my machine and sending it through to get 2 wraps cut from that trendy twigs. Now you may want to grab your scissors and just cut along the edges to get any of those flyaway pieces off, and use your die pick to poke out the small little circles. So when you receive the wraparound rings, you'll receive 4 different groupings, and you'll just need to separate them into the 3 ring groupings for each earring piece. Now they are a little bit different size. You'll see the ones on the left are slightly larger, so the ones on the bottom now are slightly larger than those on the top. So as you separate these out, you're just going back and forth to receive 3 different pieces that fit within one another. Then you're going to take that wraparound piece that we cut from the trendy twigs craft leather, and it's going to wrap perfectly around those 3 rings. I've grabbed 2 of the earring wires. I'm using silver, and I'm going to take my earring wire tool and I'm just going to pull that off to the left side in order to open that up and be able to slip that wraparound die cut piece through the hole. So I'm starting with the back layer and then going to the front layer, and then I'll take my tool and I'll pull the earring wire back into place, closing the hole around my craft leather. Now I have one earring done. You can see how fun and dainty that is. You do want to be careful of these wraparound rings. They are thin, and so you don't want to give any pressure on them, but they really create a fun and pretty design that hang nicely from your ears. So I'm going ahead with that second one and wrapping around that piece of craft leather and then placing it back together with my jewelry wire tool and just kind of pulling that earring wire back into place, and then I have both earrings completed. So it's really a simple process to create a set of earrings that looks very difficult. So that is the wraparound and wraparound rings, and now I want to show you the double drop. So we're going to create a drop for the earrings with that Blue Blossoms craft leather. So I'm cutting the bottom part of the earrings, and then I'm going to use my scissors again to get off any flyaway pieces, or also to poke out those holes to make sure they're ready to hang from the top part. So on this top part, as I mentioned before, you do want to peel the backing of your earrings. So this is a piece of paper that they place onto the wood when it's die cut, and I'm actually going to go back and do that because I forgot to remove them from the wraparound rings that we just used. So I'm going back to take the paper off of the back side of those. Now the paper does give an interesting distressed look, so if you wanted to leave it on, you certainly could, but it is meant to be removed. So now that we have that backing paper off, I'm getting out my jump rings. This time I'm going to use the gold jump rings, and I need those in order to attach the bottom craft leather piece to the wood piece. So I've pulled that piece apart, and instead of pulling it outward, which would change the shape of the circle on the jump ring, I've pulled it towards the side and just opened it up. And now that I've placed that together with the craft leather, I'm just going to close it back together. And I'll do the same on the other side, pulling that jump ring open and placing it in the hole and then closing it off. We do offer both the earring wires and the jump rings at the Tailored Expressions store, along with all of the other supplies that I'm using. So if you haven't tried jewelry making before, this is a really simple and easy way to get started and try something new that combines your love of crafting and die cutting with making jewelry. And I give these as gifts all the time, and people love them. People ask me, how can I buy them from you? And all of those things. So get ready to have some fun with all of the different options for craft leathers. And now with our walnut wood pieces, they give even more variety for being able to create some really professional looking earrings right at home. So here I'm placing 2 jump rings into the top of each earring, and the reason why I did that is because it hangs better off of the earring wire when there are 2 jump rings, but you could use just 1 jump ring, and then you would need to change the direction of the earring wire loop itself so that it will hang correctly from your ear. So I chose to just put 2 jump rings through instead of twisting the direction of the earring wire, but you could do that if you only wanted 1 jump ring. So here you can see how the double drop earrings turned out along with the wraparound earrings. They both turned out super cute. I've actually already been wearing these lately, but I wanted to give you one more idea for a very simple pair of earrings. This is our leaf walnut woodcut piece, and I'm going to pair it with a new charm that we have at the Tailored Expressions store. So they come in silver, gold, pewter, all in one pack, these little leaf charms, and I'm just going to layer that over the top of the woodcut leaf for a little bit of extra dimension and texture to the earring. You could really easily just create a pair of earrings with the wood piece as well if you didn't want to add the charm. But hanging with a jump ring and then closing off that earring wire, and the earring is complete. I will make a second pair, but now you get the idea of how you can create these earrings in your craft studio. I hope you learned something new today and you will give our designer dangles a try. You can find all of these products at the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com.